Hello and welcome to episode 14 of my easy mode playthrough of Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. Last time we cleared the Shadow Guild hideout and rescued a person who wants to return to New Sorpigal as fast as possible. Unfortunately, we cannot honor her request before we clear out the rest of the area. So before us stands Temple of Baa. We're returning just after noon on the 1st February 1165. So you remember before we went to the Shadow Guild hideout we had like 2,500 experience left for level 14, and now we're past it. So the levels, like the high level of enemies, actually helped us push pretty far upwards. This rarely happens. Like as I said, I usually have just thieves and thugs, not rogues and brigands. There's maybe one brigand and two rogues, but for our party that's not a problem. So now I'm confident we're gonna surpass to level 15 after we well, I'm fairly confident I would say that we'll do it once we fill all the quests. So yeah, just confirming that everything is okay of our party. We are fairly swamped, but that's okay. So let's continue. I like these plants. It's not like they're waiting for a fly to run up, they're actively trying to catch flies. Faint chanting can be heard from beyond the doors of this temple. Visitors do not appear to be welcome here. So this is in stark contrast with the other Temple of Baa, which welcomed everybody. This Temple of Baa, notice the difference, there is no off in the welcoming one. There's a large goat's head over the top.
I'm not familiar with these.
So, Temple of Baa. This is, I think, the most enjoyable dungeon in the whole game. It has lots of fighting, lots of traps. It's quite difficult for a low level party. It's extremely difficult, I would say. And there's a few different few neat puzzles, few neat secrets, one of which I actually found out only before starting recording the series, so I'm gonna try to find it. Hopefully my perception expert is gonna be able to do it. Yeah, and as I said, this is the most enjoyable, even though the way it works usually is you go in, you clear out one room, as I said, then you run all the way back to Castle Iron Fist to heal up. But I like this map very much. This dungeon. This is very nice dungeon. So there's a large room, like the central room, and you can see there's like a cavern here. There's actually 4 caverns, one in each corner, and there's one more, let's say, main temple room somewhere, which we'll find out once we clear out this area. So in this dungeon we find a new class, 2 new classes of enemies. The rats, which we already saw. There might be some bats, although I don't think so. There are for certain spiders, but there are skeletons, which are a new class of enemies, and there are clerics of Baa. So out on the outside we only dealt with followers of Baa and that class, which is fairly weak, but clerics and priests of Baa are, especially priests of Baa, quite powerful, and they have lots of HP. And there is one enemy, Skeleton Lord, which can curse you. I think it's curse. So if I remember correctly, it's curse. So that's why I have brought with you, not with you. Yeah, with you. I have removed curse. Curse lowers your chance of lowers the chance of successfully casting a spell, but I think you actually lose spell points. So you lose spell points, but you have a chance of actually missing the cast. So let's begin clearing out the main area. This should be very straightforward. We have lots of bows. There's some spiders. And we see some. There's giant spider. Yeah, just giant spider. Okay, that's not very. These are not very. We already saw them in the temple in Usurpigal. There is a class. This is like the same class as the queen spider. This huge spider has the same number of HP as the queen. She just doesn't give a heart. But oh come on. Okay, now I fucked up a bit. Instead I was pointing my cursor to a different, like, to shoot the spider that was visible, but the game was actually shooting the spiders that were not visible. So you can see there are several huge spiders here. So typically I only like when I'm level 6, when I enter this area, I usually see like perhaps 3 huge spiders in total per the whole cavern. There's usually just normal spiders, several giant spiders, but the amount of huge spiders really tells me that perhaps the engine that renders the level of the enemies is responsive to your own level. So you're gonna get higher level enemies the higher level you are, even even in such a low tier dungeons. This is interesting. I'll have to keep in mind the next time I'm playing this, when I will be actually at such a low level, to see what are the enemy levels when I enter these dungeons. But then again, like my party is so OP that I don't have a worry in the world. Just peppering. Come on. Right, so what do we have? Oh, those we have another spider nest, another spider pod, spiders. No skeletons. This is interesting. Just spiders. Usually there's some skeleton pods here as well, but maybe. Let's pull them one by one.
Got that one.
They're not terribly dangerous.
Got him.
Oh, there's another pod
Got another one.
that's approaching us. From this side, it's just a mama spider. Is that damaged? No. Okay, good. Where's the pot? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm not using any fireballs because it's I don't need to, and they're gonna be useful for other pods. He actually came. You see, like he took 8 points of our health. So these fellows seem to be running away from us. Oh, that one is actually. Come on, really? Right. So there's some magical brews that increase your resistance. Oh, no, I don't want that. You can get very damaged if you do that. Magical brew. So I'm gonna give all the magical brews to my sorcerer, because he's gonna have the guy with the lowest amount of hit points always. So it always pays to have. Do I want to do it? What's your luck? Okay. These trash heaps, if you search them, they have a chance of causing you disease. But I think, if I read correctly on the internet, that it's dependent on your luck. But and these skulls can curse. Let's actually see if. Oh, insanity. Oh no, sorry. I don't know what's the check. I think the check is is luck, but I don't want to find out really. I think I've been here. Trash heap. Skull pile of curses. So we have a remove curse, so...
I don't know.
Ooh! Okay, that piqued my interest. Alright. This really piqued my interest now. Skull pile, we've already been here. Alright. Very good. There's one more body, but they want to test it. I guess so.
I don't know.
Alrighty then. I was always afraid to do that. Seems my luck is high enough that now I can. Is there a third skull pile? No, that's the second. No, this is the third one. Skull pile. Nothing here. Okay. Alright. So one side clear. Now we might as well recast. We're gonna go in the clockwise fashion. Whee! I'm expecting we'll see some skeletons here. Oh, come on. Okay, shoot the huge spider. Keeping my eye on the map. Yep, there's the skeletons. Take a look at these skeletons. This is a whatchamacallit? This is just a texture. You can see that, like sprite. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. This is just a sprite, but can you see the detail in this sprite? It's really amazing. Like, you know, all the bones are very nicely rendered. The glowing eyes, you know, even the moving jaw. This game was really amazingly made. Whoever made this model, like, he outdid himself. Wait, does he have 6 fingers? 1, 2, no, 5 fingers. Good. Oh, there's somebody. Fortunately for us, skeletons are not that scary. Skeleton Knight is the second tier of these, and you can see this fella, Skeleton Lord. He's quite powerful.
Gotcha. No
And oh, there are 2 Skeleton Lords. That's interesting. So let's start making our way back. And actually, I think they have. I'll have to check it. I'll do that next. I'll do that next time. But I think it's because of the bones. Like, skeletons are mostly made of bones, which is not really surprising. The chance to hit, like, they have quite high armor class, you know. Kill.
Got that one.
3 skeleton lords. This is very high level. Wow. I'm worried what's gonna happen further on in the dungeon. I'm really starting to worry if, like, all I get is skeleton lords. Wow. Wow. This is.
Got that one.
Let me check. So already got 2,500 experience. Ooh. Just want to clear one flank before going on to the next, and now let's get out. So you saw that in this area there are these steps here, and actually enemies can't jump. There was a movie about it that, well, didn't actually say enemies, but if all comes to worse, like, you can just jump over it and, like, you're safe. There are some small design choices in the game that I don't know if they were intentional or what was the logic here? Because I'm not really afraid of this lot. Like, I'm gonna kill most of them before they even approach me, you know? And if I really have like 50 enemies on my tail, I can pull the whole bloody cavern and still go out, hide behind that, because they have no ranged units. And hide behind that and just shoot.
Got another.
I think that's what I'll be doing on my next playthrough, because I'll be not exploiting some... oh, fuck! Okay, I didn't see there. It's a small surprise. But what's life without surprises? So, another... Okay, skeletons, more spiders... Okay, let's go. And the skeleton lords can curse you, but I think they can only curse you when, if they hit you with melee attack. So you can see there's like a lot of enemies on my tail. But... Oh, come on. Oh, there was a spider. Okay. Gonna shoot one fireball here. Oh, come on! I was aiming at a skeleton knight. Did I say that I'm very surprised about the level of these enemies? I don't know if you heard, but there was actually a fireball off in the distance, being shot.
Ha! Got him.
And I don't know if it's visible, but there's a treasure here. There's a black a blue triangle, which means somewhere over there. We'll be going somewhere. Okay. Skeleton lords. It seems that to me that the AI is controlled by there are like two AI modes. One is real time, where like the AI can, you know, go sideways, can go diagonally, like they don't go to you straight away. But when I think that's a spider over there, or maybe that's just a texture glitch.
Ha! Got him.
Where in the turn-based mode, they're all going in a straight line towards you. And that's... unless, of course, they're ranged units, because the ranged units behave differently. Ranged units go sideways. Okay, let's try it again. Sculpt. Okay. I am... I don't think I'll attempt that on my my second playthrough. I have quite a huge amounts of luck here. Pile of curses. Hello. I knew I saw a spider. Steaming brew. That's fire resistance, yes? Yeah. Magic. I'm gonna give everything to you. Just because I like you, Aoife. Alright, so it looks like it's just a simple check, and I think it's based on luck. A bit more food. Nothing here, okay. Check the scope pile, I think I did. Good. I can hear her without any problems, because like she's gonna start regenerating the spell points. You can see now she had 93 a few moments ago, now she has 94. Yeah, so that was the fireball behind this door. The door is actually not allowing the fireball to travel all the way. We're clearing out the third cavern. Please. Trying to shoot the closest enemy, but I want to shoot the enemy that I can actually see. See, there's trying to shoot these enemies that were not even pulled towards me.
Ha! Got him. Ha! Got him.
Alright, time to move up.
Got that one.
They all fall apart. Anything from this side? Doesn't seem to be, so only this side. Ah, that's the clerics and acolytes of Baa. I don't see any priest. Acolyte is green, cleric is blue, and priest is red. And priest is a really is a nightmare. Oh, that was a flying fest, so that means that there is a priest somewhere. I'm gonna try to thin out the ranks. So you can see now that I have ranged units, suddenly my very safe tactics are turning into they're not so safe anymore, you know? Do you have a priest? No. So I was wrong. So somebody else besides the priest can shoot the flank first. They're gonna keep pissing me off. But that's not. There's nothing we can heal through. Can you see? No, we can't see. Oh, we can actually. Alright, very good. It's green. What do we have? Skeletons, skeleton knights, skeletons. Okay, good. I'm not worried. Ah, no, that's just more skeletons. Okay. Oh. Didn't notice you coming. Only in the last moment I noticed that there was a red dot on the minimap that was approaching unexpectedly. Sometimes in trash heaps you can find items or other helpful things. I think they're all running away, so I'm not worried. Ah, like a dagger.
Got another one.
Well, even if they're not running away, they're dead. Alright. Wait for wizard die. So wizard die for 4 hours. So every 4 hours we have to refresh. That's basically our timestamp. Now there's a body over there. Skull pile of death. I'm gonna save. Okay. The skull piles are random, as you can see. Nothing else I can see. Fine. And the final cavern. Just more shooting.
Ha! Got him.
What? Why are you running away?
Got that one.
You can't. Ooh. See some more blips on my radar, so we're getting out. Not worried in the least. I think we're gonna just stand our ground here. Ah, I think that's the... No, that's just acolyte. Whoa. Get rid of the spider before we go any further. I think there's only one acolyte that's pulled.
Got that one.
It's an evening. Yes, that is a priest of Baa. That's one of the most annoying enemies. This the most annoying enemy in this dungeon. And I think there's always one in one of these caverns. He has lots of HP and he's pretty powerful. The best way to deal with him is to kill his minions and then just approach the bastard, because you always deal more damage at this stage with your enhance and just, you know, kill him off. But if there's more than one, then it's like a pain. Yeah, and that scream is exactly how I feel. Fire resistance, magic resistance, magic resistance. So resistances are not do not depend on the threshold system as other stats do. They just are percentage. They're lowering the. It's difficult to explain without the spreadsheet in front of me and you, but it's like a progressive roll that lowers the amount of damage done from by magic, and each of those rolls like there's like 5 rolls. So if you fail the first one, you take 100% damage. If you fail the second one, then you get like 50, and so on, so on, so on. I think there's like 5 rolls, and the resistances contribute to the what to say, resistances contribute, like they're like a low, they are percentage of my mind is blank, sorry. They like lower the chances, they increase the chances of successful reroll. So now this is the start of an interesting portion of the Temple of Baa. I was thinking about going away and healing, but it's not necessary. The door is locked. It's night outside. So what I'm looking for is a key, but I think the key is on the other side. And we're healthy enough so that I can like stand and fight a few more fights. Door is locked. This door is also locked. Yes. Yeah. This is the beginning of one of the series of traps. We found something. This is the key to storeroom. So you see we have a green light. We'll deal with this later, because for this I would like to have like full mana on my sorcerer. So these should be storerooms. No, this is not a storeroom. What? Door's locked. Which one is it? It's like now what's happening is that in each storeroom slash bathhouse will yeah, storerooms are on this side. We'll find a key to an opposite, and each of them will spawn a series of enemies. Yeah, I can see already on the minimap I have tons of them.
I don't know.
Long dagger. I like that long dagger.
Got it. I don't know.
Another precision bow. See, this is a bathhouse key, yeah? So like it will get us to an opposite
I don't know.
side,
I
but
don't know.
axe we don't use, this we don't use, this we don't use. So let's give you this nice bow. So I'm not very worried yet. Just want to remove the low tier enemies before I deal with the skeleton lord. As you can see, these enemies are not numerous. In my mind there's always more, but you know, when you're low level, even one enemy is like 50. So we're gonna go on the other side, open the bathhouse, and you already saw it immediately the gem turned yellow.
Got it.
Another storeroom key.
I don't know. I don't know.
Right. Wait, there's something in the corner. What's this?
I don't know.
There's a jewel dagger, and we're gonna check also this dagger. Alright, so we're gonna see. So this is already better, 20 to 28, but I don't think this dagger is better though. Yeah. Does it matter which hand calls which? No. So this is a better dagger than this one. I think it's called jewel dagger. Alright, let's kill the traps. Hello.
That's too.
So now the corridor is not as long, so like we're immediately in the range, in the melee range. So this side is more dangerous because on the other side, if you remember a few moments ago, like we had a bit of a run up that we could shoot some arrows. On this side, we can't.
Got him.
But these enemies are not difficult.
Got him.
So they spawned and they like, you see, they went to the side. So now they're not dangerous at all. They can't reach us here. So I'm just gonna grab what I can. Large shield,
I don't
another
know.
long dagger, another secret door key. Alright.
I don't know.
Aha.
Static charge. We already have static charge. Torchlight. That's fine. So there's a secret door. So this should tell us that we cannot go to the bathhouse on the opposite side just yet. And now we're safe to, well, besides this bloody acolyte, to shower the enemies with arrows, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Got another one.
Yeah, you can walk about. Cutlass. Ah, low level. Of course it's low level. Right, so now comes the biggest puzzle of this whole dungeon. There are sets of 4 doors, and they read. A copper sign reads, "As the winds blow, the seasons changed, and only at the end of all can the doors be opened." So this says that we have to press the plaques in a specific order. As the winds blow, the seasons change. Yes. So this is a copper sign, and this is south. This is south. South is copper. Yes, south is copper. Well, I'm not going to use it. So a lapis sign. West. West is lapis. Wooden sign is north. So obviously these are meant to represent the seasons, and this is silver. So we just have to guess which one is which, but I'm gonna leave that to the next episode. Thank you very much for watching, and have fun.